Welcome back to the Bears and Bulls Show, the official coverage of the Philippine Stock Exchange. And our topic for today is from EDSA Revolution to IT Revolution. In the first half of this program, we talk about the importance of coming together, the collective courage of the Filipinos, and about IT Revolution. And here with me is none other than Miss Sally Bellosillo. Welcome back.
Thank you, Howell. Thank you.
So, we said a while ago that we were talking about you being an international icon. Okay, so speaking of going international, your next stop would be Korea. Tell me about it, more about it.
My next stop in Korea is really more of exposure to my field through the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club of New Manila Heights.
The president is none other than Daniel Choco.
Daniel Choco, and he is also the president of Informatics.
He is.
What he did was he nominated me to be part of that group, and I just found out last week that I am finalist and will be leaving for Korea in a...
Wow, congratulations, Sally. Continue to make us proud.
Definitely, and it's just one of those avenues where you can really show how great the Filipinos and the Philippines is.
So in your chosen field, we'll be talking about your company. What is your company about?
Celeste is for train the young minds of our country. So we've gone nationwide already.
So you're basically in the information business. You're informing those people.
Yes.
And then
Recognize it.
yes. And you know what? We have the President's Scholar as well.
Right.
So he subsidizes
My venues to screen, and I have to in fact, informatics has been one of my venues to screen, and I have to admit that.
Yeah, I remember. I hosted the show.
Yes. And your students were very good. They asked very good questions. And I think that also a lesson I learned doing this work is it's amazing to see your audience surprise you. We have a very intelligent audience. We have an audience that thinks, that analyzes, and is not afraid to form their own opinion. So I'm very inspired by that. Informatics students fall under that. You know, they're very intelligent and free thinking, but more importantly, they're not afraid to act on it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. For a while ago, we're talking about the business people. Now we're addressing the students.
Yes.
What role do they have to play? I mean, passionately play during this time of IT revolution?
The students, if you notice, are more adept at technology.
Yes, they are.
And the who's 15 can do her own edits. She can also do her own little Adobe Photoshop. So it's like inspiring. I think what the kids have is you basically have a new audience for technology. But more they recognize that these people or the youth today think very differently, behave very differently towards information. They're used to audio-visual information. It's very experiential, interactive, you know. They want to know something, they type it out. Before, we had to open a book.
The students of the 2010, how do they make the change? How do they spark change to happen in their neighborhood, in their community?
I think that students right now, we know that the elections are coming up. I think a good number of them have registered. The first act is that they vote, but we finished our LABAN run because it is the end of the school year, but we are starting another one for next year. We will be announcing that soon enough. Most of our runs are going to be done either in the schools or in very select places. So they can visit our website. It's labanmovie.com. Again, that's www.labanmovie.com. And then the next one, the next project we have is the Mindanao Peace Policy Forum on Social Sector Reform. That's going to air on ANC. That we were able to get Ding Ferrer, we have Congressman Ayi Hernandez of Anak Mindanao and Secretary Gonzalez as part of our panel. And for the first time, you will be able to see a full discussion on what needs to be done. You know, what are the problems, the real problems in Mindanao, not just the stuff that you read in the newspapers or books. And then, as a follow-up to that is, on the third quarter of this year, we are launching a book and movie tie-up, first time again, in Philippine history, called Soldiers for Peace, about the accounts of not just this time the top brass, but those in the grassroots on real peace-building efforts in Mindanao from a multi-sectoral reform.
So you did personally? You were physically there in Mindanao?
I was. I shot that last month.
Wasn't that a bit risky?
It was, you know, but...
How was the experience? Tell us about it.
Well, the experience was I did go to Cotabato, where the Maguindanao massacre happened outside of it. And what really touched me was the people there, I think we judge Mindanao too much. I think we should give it a chance. You know, people there are kind, are warm, they really want change. And we have to reach out to them. You know, we can't keep judging them. So a lot of my best friends when I was studying in England, are Muslim. And the problem with us is we perceive it as an ideological war. But when we actually go there, we realize that when you put faces to the biases and the conflict, it just changes how you do stuff. And you think that, you know what, if we probably reached out to these people more and we are able to bring a level of stability to their lives, maybe we wouldn't have these problems. You know, as a Filipino people, we have to do it. We have to go out there and at the very least offer our hands in friendship. And that would start something, you know, and be sincere about it.
You know what, my professor in Ateneo, when I was studying up MBA in Ateneo, he said that stereotyping is for lazy thinkers.
Yes.
Lazy thinkers. So, it reminded me about what Checha Lazaro said. Filipinos are patient, very patient people. But don't test their patience because they'll be like tigers.
Yes, they will come roaring back like a
They'll
tiger.
be coming roaring back like a tiger.
Yes.
So that's it. So, wow, Filipinos are like lions and tigers. We may be patient people, but hey, it will take an EDSA revolution to claim back the victory, to claim back the freedom. And for us Filipinos, we are now living in the IT industry. This IT revolution is now uprising, and we have to take advantage of that. We are admonishing the Filipino people, the business sectors, the people who are studying in college, the voting public, that you do your best and choose the leader that you want to continue this legacy of freedom and democracy. So this has been your host and your guest. Thank you again, Sally.
Thank you, Howell.
And this is your host, Howell Mabalot. And thank you for joining us. And see you again next week for the Bears and Blue Show, the official coverage of the Philippine Stock Exchange. Mabuhay ang Pilipino!